Radical.
Analyst Matthew Ball had a presentation a couple weeks ago, called The State of Video Gaming. And one of those possibilities was raising the price of video games. This person talked about how it would be a good thing for the video game industry if GTA 6 was $100. Now, a lot of you are going to be shocked upon hearing that because we're still dealing with the situation $60 that we've enjoyed for several years now to $70. Doesn't sound like a big difference, but you know, if you buy a lot of video games, then that's a good little change in price. If you want to keep up and buy the most recent video games, 60 to 70, that can be a little tough. So that's kind of tough for a lot of people to afford these days with the way the economy is, with the way inflation is. How about $100 though? Well, this person, Matthew Ball, and the video game industry as a whole is secretly hoping, they're holding their hands together, clasp their hands together, praying that GTA 6 of all games takes the plunge and increases the price yet again from an industry standard $70 to $100. I mean, damn, switching it up from 70 to 100? Not even a soft increase, $100. And the idea is, the argument would be that this is going to be one of the biggest entertainment releases of all time. Throughout media, throughout music CDs, Blu-rays, DVDs, video games, this is probably going to be the biggest moneymaker, not just a regular game alone, but GTA Online, going to be the biggest moneymaker in entertainment history. GTA 6 is huge. It seems like every year the hype gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, GTAs don't come out every single year. We were spoiled several years back. Within one video game generation, we got GTA 4 and GTA 5. Within the PlayStation 2 generation, we got several GTAs. Several, man. Now, we did get a Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's really not the same thing. It's not. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 and the first one, great games. Well, think about it. During the 360 and PS3 generation, we got Red Dead Redemption, GTA 4, and GTA 5. But production, the costs go up. The argument would be, well, this is going to be the biggest entertainment release of all time. And it cost a lot of money to make it. A lot of money is going into GTA 6. So if they did that, they could basically come out and say, well, you know, this is a huge game. Gigantic. The biggest game ever made, potentially. The most in-depth tech ever put into a game. The big advancements in gaming. They can make any argument they wanted to. And I think it would still sell. Because at the end of the day, it's fucking GTA 6. It's fucking GTA 6. People have been waiting for well over a decade for this game. So I think it would sell. Would it sell as well? No, it would not sell as well. People would figure out a way to get a used copy or just wait until the price went down, which who knows how many years that would take. Because you hit a point where people would say, well, damn, I want GTA 6. I really, really want it, but shit, $100 for one video game? For just one video game? And they also might say, well, if we're getting it digitally, we're just downloading it. This is, we don't even own it. It's not even a physical copy. We're not even, it's just a digital file we're downloading. It's a long-term rental is what it is for $100. Some people that argue about the price needing to go up not only on GTA 6 and other video games is the fact that in the SNES generation, the Genesis generation, many of those bigger games, I can think of a couple right now, maybe some of the role-playing games. Some of the bigger games were, I don't know exactly how much, but like $70, $80. And some actually had the, maybe it was like Virtua Racer, I believe. And on the SNES end, some of them actually had special chips that were put in the cart. I wish I could remember all the ones, but there were some that were up there, way above $60 even. But here's the thing, though. That's not just digital files. Those are actual physical cards. And the chips actually cost money to put in those cards for the advancements in those games. This is a situation where, I mean, unless it's a GTA 6 level production, this doesn't make any sense to go to a $100 price point. Yeah, I mean, for the game companies, they would love it. They would be rolling in fucking money. But I don't think it should be on the consumers to pay that much for video games, even with inflation being the way it is. Because you have to have reasonable prices. It has to kind of hover back around. You know, no one's going to pay like $400 or $500 for one tire, even though you can make the argument, oh, inflation. No one's going to pay $13 for a box of cereal, even though you can make the argument, oh, it's inflation. That's just inflation. You know, everything goes up. Things have to bounce back around to a reasonable cost for what it is. A reasonable cost, man. And those are bad examples, the cereal and the other thing. Because, you know, you can still get cereal for, I think, the off-brand stuff for like $2-3, man. Weird that some things electronically are going down in price. I think I mentioned this before, but flat screen TVs, $55, $65, $75. Some of those are at an all-time low in price for the like entry-level models. So I think really here, it's the game companies, and yeah, I mean, yeah, greed is a component, definitely. They want to make money, definitely. But I think it comes down to budgets for video games. And that shouldn't, just because a game company takes a big bet, or, you know, let's say I'm not even going to go into the live service failures, but just because a game company spends tons of money on a video game, it doesn't mean that they have to charge more out of the gate. Now, I don't like microtransactions. I don't like, you know, DLC, all that kind of stuff, right? I'm not a big fan of that. But with stuff like that, at least, you're not forcing someone to pay the money up front. That's how they make money on the back end, is they have the game come out for $70, and then they have all the extra stuff you can download and buy. And for people that like the game and want something extra, they want a costume or something in the game, or a certain gun or a skin, then they can put the money. They can put the money if they want it. But I do not think, in the same way, a Blu-ray is, just because the movie's really good, it's a better movie than the other movies, or it's a highly anticipated release, or it had a bigger budget than another movie. We don't see with movies in a situation where one Blu-ray is $29.99 and another one's $79.99. Standard editions. We don't see that just because of the movie. We don't see a music CD where, you know, oh, Taylor Swift is $14.99, but Miranda Swift, whoever, that's not really the real person, but a lower level country music CD, or well, Taylor's not even really country shit. And I just had that on my mind because I just talked about her in the Super Bowl. But we have a situation where just because it's it was a new CD, it's not less because it's not nearly as good. There's standard pricings for brand new CDs that come out. There's standard pricing across the board. Marvel Comics, DC Comics. Just because one comic is Batman and one is, you know, Green Lantern, and one's more popular, doesn't mean the Batman book is $8 and the Green Lantern book is $3. There's standard pricing across the board for all different kinds of media. So GTA 6 should be $70. No more than that. It should be industry standard that just a couple years ago became the standard. And like I said, the companies and this analyst and all these people in the video game sector, they want the prices to go up. But do they magically think if they raise the price of every video game to $100, they're going to start suddenly getting lots of sales? Because I tell you, not every game that releases is a 10 out of 10 huge masterpiece. So If anything, that would make people turn their nose up at it and go like, well, shit. These jackasses charging $100 for this? Like, what this game and this game, what? You have like a racing game, you have a role-playing game. No, it's not gonna work for them. There's not enough people, especially right now with the economy, to pay that entry level of $100. People are not going to want to do that. So I don't think GTA 6, I don't think there's any worry for any of you that are worried about this, even though the industry is trying to push them into making the game $100. The worst thing they need is negative press. And officially to this point, they have not listed the actual price of GTA 6. But you can trust me. You can trust Radical Rick on this one. The game will not be $100. I'm not an industry insider. I just have some common sense. Okay, all this hype around GTA 6, they do not, it's not like it's never going to be a failure. But they want this thing to be the biggest success possible. And they're going to make a lot of money on the online too. They're going to make tons on the online. So the last thing they want to do is set up bad will with the customers who have been waiting for this game. And it's not going to happen. This is not going to be the situation to where GTA 6 passes that threshold and increases the price to $100. So sorry, game industry insiders, sorry, game developers of video games right now. GTA 6 is not going to lead the way and make it normal for all of you, because that's what they want to happen. They want GTA 6 to do that, so then they could play it off like, well, all games are $100 now. GTA 6 is $100. Conveniently hiding behind GTA 6. Now, how about this? How about number one? The games are $70, and many of them ship fucking broken. How about that? How about you work on fixing your fucking games, make sure they're not broken? Because people are getting sick and tired of having to pay $70 for a game that you need several updates even to get working. Okay, that's the first thing you need to do. The second thing you need to do is do whatever you can to try to lower the production cost of your video games. It's on you. Figure out a way to rein in these budgets.